All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on the invisible force that runs pretty much our entire digital world, the operating system. It's the unsung hero inside your phone, your laptop, even your car. So, let's dive in. Seriously, just stop and think about it for a second. Right now, you might be editing a photo, you've got music playing, notifications are popping up, and who knows how many things are happening in the background. How on earth does a machine juggle all of that without just completely crashing? How does the physical hardware even know what the software wants it to do? Well, the secret is that every single one of those actions, every piece of hardware, every little line of code, is being directed by this single, incredibly powerful entity. It's like a silent conductor, making sure every part plays its role perfectly, right on cue. Okay, so let's properly introduce this maestro. What is an operating system, really? It's probably the most important piece of software you have, because without it, that shiny, expensive gadget of yours, it's basically just a high-tech paperweight. Here's the key thing to remember. The OS is a translator. It takes our commands, our clicks, our taps, our swipes, and it turns them into a language the hardware can actually understand. At the same time, it's managing all the device's resources to make sure everything just works. To make this whole thing a little easier to grasp, let's use an analogy. Imagine your computer is a digital orchestra. All the hardware, the processor, the memory, all that good stuff. Those are your talented musicians. Your apps and programs, that's the sheet music with all the instructions. And the one standing at the front, telling everyone what to play and when, yep, that's our conductor, the operating system. Now, any good conductor has a few really critical jobs to make sure the performance is perfect. And it's exactly the same for an OS. So let's take a look at the main jobs this digital maestro is doing every single millisecond of the day. First up, you have process management. Think of this as the conductor managing all the musicians. The main stage is the CPU, the brain of the computer. The OS is the ultimate multitasker here. It decides which app gets to use that stage and for exactly how long. It switches between them so ridiculously fast that to us it feels like everything is happening all at once. That's how your music keeps playing smoothly while you're flipping through websites. Next, the conductor has to manage the stage itself. This is memory management. For every single app you open, the OS carves out a specific chunk of memory for it to use, kind of like giving each musician their own little spot on the stage. And this is so important because it stops one bad app from messing with another app's space and crashing your whole system. Then, as soon as you close an app, poof! The OS clears that space, making it ready for the next performer. Of course, what's an orchestra without its library of music? The conductor is also the head librarian. We call this filing and storage management. The OS is what organizes all of your data into a system that makes sense to us, files and folders. It knows the exact physical location of every single piece of data on your drive, so when you click open, it doesn't have to think. It just grabs it instantly. And finally, how do you, the audience, tell the conductor what you want to hear? That happens through the user interface. Most of us use a graphical user interface, or GUI, that friendly world of icons, windows, and menus. But for people who need more direct control, there's also the command line, which is a powerful text-based way to give very specific orders to the OS. Just like real-life musical conductors, different operating systems have their own unique styles, their own personalities. They conduct different kinds of orchestras for different kinds of performances. So let's meet a few of the superstars. First, you've got Windows, the ultimate versatile workhorse that can work with almost any piece of hardware out there. Then there's macOS, the polished artist, famous for its slick design and how seamlessly it works with Apple's own hardware. Linux is the tinkerer's dream, the powerhouse that's so customizable it runs everything from servers to supercomputers. And in the mobile world, you have Android, the champion of openness and choice, and then you have iOS, which is all about simplicity, security, and a super smooth user experience. Each one has its own philosophy, and it really shapes how we use our technology. So, after all of that, why does this silent conductor matter so much? What's the real takeaway here? It really all boils down to this. Without the operating system, your device is just a collection of circuits and metal. It's a dead object. The OS is what breathes life into it. It's the essential bridge that creates that little bit of magic, turning a complicated machine into something personal, something we can use to create and connect, all with just a simple tap on a screen. And the scale of this is just mind-blowing. I mean, just take Android. That's a single conductor leading a global orchestra of over 3 billion devices. That is an insane number of people, all relying on this invisible maestro every single day. The sheer scope of its influence is almost impossible to imagine. And it kind of leads to one last question. As our technology gets woven deeper and deeper into our lives, in our homes, our cars, our wearables, the job of that conductor is only going to get more complex and more personal. So it makes you wonder, what will the conductor of the future look like? What will that next great performance sound like?